And welcome to the show. This is, what did we settle on? What's the name of this?
It's the MilkToast Pod.
MilkToast Pod. We're going to drink some whole milk straight and toast and pot it up. I'm your temp host, I guess. We're all co-hosts. Let's just leave it at that. Equal ground. I'm Julian, for those who don't know me, associated with Paige and Connor, who can now introduce themselves.
You have to read your name.
Yeah.
Bong Solo.
Mm-hmm.
All right.
Prince Avalanche up there.
Introduce yourselves.
I am Connor Breedlove.
Is that your real last name?
Nope, it's fake. Yes, it's real. That is my my government name.
Oh, I see. I see how it is.
Paige?
Zero Visuals. Here live in the YouTube world.
We're on YouTube. Shit, I forgot about that. Oops. So, yeah. We're here to talk about a film we're writing, creating,
writing, directing, filming.
All the
making.
above.
I
think before we get into that, though, we had some other stuff possibly planned. So there's a little bit of a tease.
Yeah,
we're just kind of hopping right in. We're just kind of winging it. So please excuse my dear Aunt Sally, and let's get right into it.
Are people in that?
I don't know. I have no idea how to even check that.
Yeah, there's 5 people watching right now.
Well, that's embarrassing.
So yeah, you just embarrassed yourself in front of 5 people.
God, my life is over. My career is shot in the head.
You want to talk about your chipped tooth?
Give it up.
So I chipped my tooth in quarantine. It is on the side. You can't see it that well, but I look like a hillbilly. It's fine. I do have a little bit of a lisp. So if people are listening, you're going to hear it.
I couldn't even tell, to be honest.
Okay.
So if that helps.
So we're going to have fun today. Our first segment is going to be movies to watch in quarantine.
Whoa. As if you haven't heard it from everyone else, you're going to get our take on it.
Ours are going to be better, naturally.
Of course.
Who wants to go first?
Connor can go first.
All right, I'm throwing under the bus. My first one I have is Social Network.
Okay.
Hell yeah.
It's the story of Facebook, how it was created, and the lawsuits that followed. It was Aaron Sorkin wrote it, and Fincher directed it. It's a fantastic movie, and no matter how many times I watch it, it's still just as great as the first time I saw it, and it's completely engaging. So if you're bored in quarantine, it's a quick 2 hours.
I watched it for the first time since it's just got thrown up on Netflix because I'm catching up on a ton of mid-modern shit.
Because you haven't seen a lot of movies that you should have seen.
I'm decent with new releases, but backlog still catching up. But I was fucking blown away by it. I loved it. I was grabbed instantly, and I despise Mark Zuckerberg even more.
Yeah, he's the movie kind of makes you realize how much of a little shit he is.
If you don't hate him after seeing it, come on.
All right, Julian, what's your first one?
My first one I'm gonna throw out there off the top of my head because I did watch it. I'm gonna go with Kong Skull Island.
Great choice. Great
I've been
choice.
meaning to revisit it for a while. I've only seen it once when it came out back in March of 2017. It fucking holds up.
Yeah.
Jordan Vogt Roberts, who did Kings of Summer, and trying to get this Metal Gear movie made, but it's like really aware of what it is. It's super campy. It's super tongue in cheek. It has a very distinct sense of style, and far exceeds, in terms of monster activity, that first Godzilla movie from Gareth Edwards, which I still like. We went through that whole trilogy.
Yeah.
Revisited those. They're all pretty good, but yeah, Kong Skull Island, fucking ripper.
It really is. Paige?
I've never seen it, so.
Wow.
I'm gonna go with 68 Kill. It's a comedy thriller. Matthew Gray Gubler, Alicia Bowe from 13 Reasons Why.
I did watch this.
She was very, very good. I've never seen her in anything besides that. 13 Reasons Why, and she was in a Shawn Mendes music video, actually. And I want to see her in more. But I've been watching probably only thrillers in quarantine.
Oh yeah.
I don't know why. Don't ask me why, but I have been, and it's fun because there's you don't expect there to be a lot of gore, but the ending is just like a gore fest.
Yeah.
So it was fun.
Oh yeah.
It came out of nowhere. I remember watching it on Netflix, and I was just like, "What am I watching?" Like it's weird.
I like it.
The next one I have is Mad Max Fury Road.
Damn.
It's really in your face. It's one of the best movies ever made, and you can watch it and you can realize things could be worse. Things could be worse than what we're living in right now. And Tom Hardy's just amazing in pretty much anything. He doesn't even have to say anything for 2 hours and 15 minutes, and you're still completely engaged. And Charlize Theron is amazing in it as Furioso. It's just a great film.
You want to hear a hot take?
Yeah.
Still haven't seen it.
Oh my god, dude. How have you not seen Fury Road? It's so good.
When it came out, I don't know what it was, but everyone was talking about it, and I was just like, I don't think this interests me really, back at that time, but now I'm just itching to fucking see it.
Yeah, definitely.
I've passed that hill, and we have it here, so it's just a matter of throwing it on, but
yeah,
I really want to see it soon.
Watch it loud and just enjoy it.
I will do that. Hey, we got a live comment here from Mariah Bouden. Hey, have you guys seen the Angry Birds movie? I, for one, can speak for myself and say no, I have not seen the Angry Birds movie.
I have not seen the Angry Birds movie.
Paige?
Mariah, I have not.
Wow, looks like we're gonna have to do some intense streaming.
There was a second one made, so apparently the first one was good enough and marketable to warrant a sequel.
I heard that second one wasn't complete ass.
Yeah, it has a better Rotten Tomato score than the first one.
So, if that's saying anything.
So I guess we have some homework to do.
Oh, shit, we gotta catch up.
Yeah,
Yeah, I haven't seen it. Great. Brooke Ball, it's good, but the birds aren't even that angry. So, I don't, waste my $9. I want my money back.
I want to see pissed off birds.
The birds weren't even that angry.
Brooke's right. The pigs.
All right, so we're throwing some cop shade in the chat. Love it. Love to see it.
All right, Julian, what's your second quarantine film?
Second one I watched, I'm gonna go with Midnight Special. I watched it the other day. It's on Prime through
Yes.
HBO's limited free shit streaming on there. I knew about it from there. I've been meaning to check it out. Haven't seen it available on anything, and holy shit,
It's so fucking good.
Bangs! It is so good. I think it's
Michael Shannon.
Yeah. First of all, Michael Shannon is the fucking goat.
Yeah.
I love him in Nocturnal Animals. That's when I really
Oh my god, yes. Nocturnal Animals, that's another great one.
I love it. I felt like that went like way under the radar. But yeah, Midnight Special, this is a sci-fi movie you did not know you needed. Like it is firing on all cylinders.
I think I drove like 40 minutes to see that like in Valley View or something.
Yeah.
And I was just blown away. Like it was worth the drive and the purchase of the ticket. It's so good.
I highly recommend it. I think it's Jeff Nichols directed it. Yep. Okay. But yeah, Joel Edgerton is fantastic. Kirsten Dunst showing up. I feel like I haven't seen her in a bit.
Really?
Yeah.
Yep.
I've just been missing her stuff, but I was pleasantly surprised to see her.
You got Kylo Ren in there.
Yeah. Oh my god, I was just surprised to see him in it. I've been on an Adam Driver kick. I'm trying to check out a ton of his shit.
Yeah, it's great. It was very underseen, and it's just really fucking good. That's a good pick.
I would throw that out there for anyone looking for some solid, inventive sci-fi. Paige, over to you.
I want to include Connor in this one. I'm gonna do Daniel Isn't Real.
So good.
I didn't get a chance to check this out yet.
It's on Shudder, so I know a lot of people I know have the app. It's, if you don't know what it is, it's a horror movie app. It's the producers of Mandy, right?
Yep.
So that's why the
cinematography
is just fucking wild. I don't know.
And the score is fucking...
I don't know if you want to get into it real quick on how you viewed it and why it should be an essential.
It's just so crazy. It's like off the wall, like it goes places like you wouldn't think it would go. It's just, I don't know how to explain this movie. It's so crazy. Like the whole time I was just kind of like, my mouth was open. Like I couldn't really believe what I was seeing. Like it's insane.
Who's in it?
I don't even know what his name is.
Yeah, so the lead is he was the stoner boyfriend in Halloween.
The new one.
Okay, yeah.
His name is let's see.
Well, you're looking up that. And then there's a actress in there who plays kind of a big role in it, who's from I don't know if you've seen American Honey with Shia LaBeouf.
I've been meaning to. I've been trying to do a shot double.
She's really good.
Cool.
Miles Robbins is the lead. And I don't really know if they go into what is wrong with him, if it's schizophrenia or what it is, but he has an imaginary friend and he does something bad when he's little, and then they lock away the imaginary friend, who is played by Patrick Schwarzenegger.
Nice.
And when he gets older, he's going through shit with taking care of his mom now, who is mentally not right. Mm-hmm. And he gets in this shit where he goes into the bedroom and unlocks it and lets out the imaginary friend, and then gets into some shit because he's like
some shit is underselling it. He gets into some shit.
So I think the best part of it is probably not even just the cinematography and the score and stuff like that, but the acting is
the dynamic between them is so good.
and I've never seen him in anything besides I noticed him from Halloween, but he has this really like fucked up grin throughout the ending, and he's somebody I want to continue to watch.
Yeah.
So I follow him on social media because I'm really excited to see what he does. But that's definitely one I think people should start.
Yeah, when he's channeling the character of Daniel, I was like, holy shit, this kid is amazing. Like the part where he's like trying on the suits and everything is just that whole scene where he's just trying on the suits and then he walks out and he's like smoking the cigarette. Like that whole like sequence I was like, wow, this kid's actually really fucking good.
Sick.
Yeah, because he has to start acting. He acts 2 different characters in the movie.
Yeah.
And that's already something that I don't see often. That's well done, but
Thank you, Matt.
Matt Thomas showing up in the
Love
chat.
Ya. All right. My
Connor, back
third
to you,
one
bud.
is Pop Star.
Oh shit.
This is the Lonely Island movie. Connor, for real. It's one of the most underrated, funniest comedies literally ever made. It is so funny, and it's just, if you want to like ignore the stuff going on outside and what's happening, it's probably the best movie to do that. It's only like an hour, a little under an hour and a half, and it's the best time you'll spend. It's nonstop laughs, and the whole Lonely Island, they're so funny. It's a shame that nobody saw this in the theater. I think I saw it like 4 times in a row in the theater.
Oh my
I
god.
went 4 days in a row because I worked at a movie theater, so I got tickets for free. So after my shift, I would just go watch it, and this was like 4 days in a row.
Nice.
It's so funny. If you haven't seen it, you need to check it out. You'll never. There probably won't be another movie you'll laugh like from the first second to the final second of the movie.
I've seen it once when it came out. I've been meaning to check this out again too because I keep seeing a bunch of people on my timeline like constantly talking about it.
Yeah.
And I really want to see if it holds up, and I'm sure it does.
Oh, it does. It's one of those movies I'll revisit over and over again, just like every like once or twice a month. I'll just revisit and just laugh my ass off. It's so good.
Yeah. Very good. I guess I'll go with my next one. So for some uplifting, but also hit some real notes. If you're looking for a different kind of rom-com, I'm talking about the 2013 Bad Boy About Time. I caught this for the first time recently.
Did you call it a comedy and uplifting?
It's like a rom-com and a little bit uplifting.
I'm sorry, About Time is depressing as shit.
It is. I've never seen it until maybe like this past week, and I fucking love this movie. Not only is it great for what it is just a fucking like balls out like fantastic flick. Like,
yeah, it's really good. It's very underseen, but
it caught me so off guard.
More than I laughed.
I mean, I cried, but it was good tears. Domhnall Gleeson, Rachel McAdams, Bill Nighy, who, you know, best dad.
Bill Nighy.
Did you say Bill Nighy?
I said Bill Nighy. Bill Knight with a Y instead of a T. I highly suggest this though. This whatever. All right, lay on the shit. Whatever. All right. Let me rephrase this. I went into it thinking it was a rom-com
because it's labeled as a comedy on Netflix, but every time I see that, I'm like, this is not a funny movie. This is
like,
very
what
sad.
the fuck is? I mean, I was laughing my ass off most of the time, but that's just from Bill Nighy being the coolest dad ever.
Yeah.
But yeah, this like weird, unexpected time travel movie, and like I was constantly just like on the edge of my shit couch and like ready to yell at Domhnall Gleeson's character but like the second you think he's gonna do some wrong shit, he just flips it, and it's like, oh hell yeah, I love this dude. And I don't know, it just like really sticks. It stuck with me, and I would watch it again immediately. Rachel McAdams is adorable and kicks ass in everything she does. And yeah, everybody should check this out. I don't even know. It's like a time travel movie, but like, I don't know. I saw it listed as like a fantasy movie too. I'm like, I guess so, but I don't know. It's weird to categorize, I guess, but if you're into something just like a light until it's not, give it a roll. Solid flick.
Definitely.
Paige, hit it up.
I'm going with Villains.
I have no idea where.
What is it?
Villains.
Oh, okay.
Another thriller, of course.
Sick.
Bill Skarsgård, Micah Monroe, Jeffrey Donovan, and
I thought you were gonna say Jeffrey Dunham.
yeah. And then what's her name? She was in The Edge of 17 as the mother. Can't think of her name.
I just watched that recently too.
Yeah, I can't remember.
I haven't seen that, but I saw her in it after I saw Villains. I was like, oh, she's been I don't know. But Bill Skarsgård and Micah Monroe play these two that go to rob a bank. They go to escape, and as they're driving away, their car breaks down. They go into a house, and they break in to try to figure out a plan. They're really stupid. Their IQs are like 1. So they play these two people who try to do crimes, and things go wrong. They find out a secret in the house, and then it's shot in the house the entire time. So yes.
Matt with the save.
So yeah, it's really, really fun, and I love Micah Monroe. I will die for her. I think that she is amazing in these like situations where she has to figure out what's my next move gonna be in movies. Example A, Villain, and she was in It Follows with Keir Gilchrist.
One of my favorite horror movies of all time.
Really good. But I enjoyed seeing them together because I never thought I would see Bill Skarsgård with Micah Monroe, and that was done. So really, really good. It's only like an hour and a half. But
cool.
Yeah, it's on Hulu, I believe.
Yes,
yeah, I've seen it on there.
Yeah.
I gotta check that out still.
All right, so my next one is actually It Follows.
Wow.
Hey,
Sick segue.
Yeah,
there you
very
go.
sick. It Follows, if you haven't seen already, is one of the more inventive horror films made recently. It kind of kickstarted this whole like elevated horror genre. It's A24, so you already know it's good. You don't really know anymore, but I'll go into it. Basically,
They suck, right?
Oh yeah, they're fucking awful.
Right.
Yeah. If basically if you have
Bogus.
sex, this thing is kind of passed on to you. It's passed on person to person, and it can look like someone you know or a total stranger, but it will follow you until it kills you
I
in
have a question.
very brutal ways.
I've yet to see it. Is this an abstinence movie? Is this made by hardcore Christians to promote abstinence?
No, it's
Like,
from
hey,
the guy.
Don't have sex.
No, I think it's kind of a metaphor for STDs. I don't really know. I don't really look into it that much. It's just a really good movie. I can't remember his name, but he did Under the Silver Lake.
Oh.
David Robert Mitchell.
Yep, David Robert Mitchell. Yeah. It's just really good. The score's insane. The cinematography's insane. Good acting. It's just very tense. It's it was like one of the first movies that I left the theater and I just did not feel right for about a week.
Hell
Because there's a few scenes in there which just like shake you just to your core. Like it's fucked up, but it's really good.
Sick.
I hated it when I first saw it.
Whoa.
You hated it?
I hated It Follows the first time I saw it, and I hated Hereditary.
Oh,
Wow.
Paige. All right. So if there's a cinematographer out there, we're gonna need a new one.
I like it now. It took me a minute to get
Sometimes
into
it does.
I watched it maybe like 2 times after, and I liked it even more because of like I understood that it was supposed to have that kind of like, I guess it's kind of funny in a way. Like it's not really that serious to me, and it's kind of like that Ari Aster, like let's throw in
The dark humor.
right. So it took me a minute, and I mean this movie came out a while ago.
Mm-hmm.
So that's when like I wasn't really introduced to writing like that until I guess stuff like those films. But It Follows is it's a cool watch. I would say to watch it. And Under the Silver Lake was amazing.
Don't even get me started on Under the Silver
I like
Lake.
that more, but
Yeah.
yes.
Cool. All right. My next one is going to be I guess I will talk about Hot Summer Nights. Have either of you seen this?
Yes.
Timothy Chalamet.
Yeah.
Let's go.
Yeah.
Boy.
I just
my
saw
boy
that it was.
Timothy.
I saw it was A24. I saw he was in it. I'm like, I'm gonna check this out. I haven't really heard of this. Solid. It's straight up solid. It's got a like weird style to it. Cool, like almost Hotline Miami-ish.
There-
Crow is in it too.
Yeah, and the first boyfriend, the one that passes it on to her, he's in it.
Really,
Oh, really?
There's a weird connection here.
dude, we're just cycling.
It's an aluminum.
But no, it was really good. It's like it's like a drug trade movie.
Yeah.
I don't know. I don't know if I have a ton to say about it other than just like check it out.
Yeah, he basically like moves to this town, right?
Yeah, he
I
moves
can't
to this
remember what
town. It's
happens,
been a
but he
couple
moves
weeks.
Yeah.
Moves this town. He's like kind of a quiet kid, and then he gets with like the cool dude in town. They become friends and start like dealing drugs and shit, get mixed up and stuff. But yo, Chow Pal, killing
You
it.
can't go wrong with Timothy. You really can't. So definitely check it out. I agree. That's a good one to watch.
Watch it for him, if nothing else, which
Yeah.
would probably be the only reason most people would watch. Go out of their way to watch it, anyways. But hell yeah, Chow Pal, 10 out of 10. Paige.
I'm going with a short film.
Whoa.
Oh, okay.
I'm going to go with Tove Lo, who did a short film for her last album. It's called Blue Lips. It's on YouTube. That's what I know you can watch it on. I don't know what else it's on. But it is just a few little things of her songs and stuff throughout it. But besides that, it shows female friendship. And it shows that like they go to a club, they're doing drugs, they're getting high, and then you see kind of like the turning around of it a little bit towards the end. And something happens between the girls, but they stick true to each other. And there's really cool scenes of them in the bathtub and roller skating and stuff like that. The cinematography's awesome. I'm trying to think of the girl who worked on it. It was written by Tove Lo, and the girl who directed it is Malia James. She's really, really cool if anybody wants to check her work out. I don't know if I can put a link or anything like that. Hi, Eric. But I can share something later, but it's a really good watch. And it's only 25 minutes.
Cool.
So
Tweet it out. Tweet that link.
tweet that link.
All right. My last one is Contagion.
Oh boy. Paige's head and hands.
It was made in 2011. It's Soderbergh.
Yep.
Has pretty much everybody, like every big actor known at that time, like in it, and it's basically exactly what's going on right now. Probably some would say it's not the best movie to watch at this time, but also it'll probably like kind of give you some insight and will kind of make you understand some stuff a little bit better, make you not be so dumb.
Make you uncomfortable.
Yeah, it's honestly like it was just like a kind of a thriller at the time, but now it's a straight up horror movie. Like it's weird how 9 years later it completely shifted genres.
Oh yeah.
Because it's fucking terrifying now.
I'm sure.
But it's Soderbergh's always great. I love Soderbergh and everything he does. So I think it's a great watch, and it was probably the first movie I watched when quarantine started. Which is probably a bad idea, but yeah, that was like the first movie I watched.
Yeah, how'd you feel?
You know, I started questioning my own mortality. I started drinking heavily. You know, the normal stuff you would do in quarantine, regardless if you watch this terrifying movie or not.
I think the fact that we have to say a sentence out loud, the normal thing you would do in quarantine, is just outrageous. that is a thing. Just gonna point that one out.
Yeah, you're right, but what are you gonna do?
That's the breaks, baby.
I feel like we should end on Contagion.
Yeah,
you guys don't have. Are you guys chickening out? You don't have a fifth?
No,
she's chickening out. I'm just going with the flow.
I think I could throw out a fifth.
Just let's hear number fives.
My 5, Upgrade. That's all
Hell
I'm saying.
yes.
Upgrade fucking kicks ass.
Yes.
What's going on?
Leonel, who just did Invisible Man. This movie whoops so much shit.
Fucking burned my face off. So good.
Brutal as fuck. It is like, again, another sci-fi flick you do not know you needed. I remember the first time I saw it, I was fucking blown away by it. I was like part of me was comparing it to Blade Runner at the time, just in terms of like how like subtle its world building is, but like how much it accomplishes and gets done. Like it feels like a very full world when you're watching it without explaining a fucking thing. Like it's just solid that way.
Like,
and like
the first time where like the AI kind of like takes over for him in that house.
The
when
camera
he's
work he's doing.
It's insane. The camera work was so good, and he carried that over to Invisible Man with the hallway scene. And I was so happy he brought that back, because that is some of my favorite camera work like done in a movie. It's so good. It's so flawless, and it's so inventive. Like I remember seeing it in Upgrade, like the scene in the house. I was like, I've never seen this before. This is insane. Like, I just want to watch this scene over and over again. It's so good.
And seeing like the gore is like so unexpected. It is like in your face. And
but he wrote and starred in the first Saw, and then wrote the first 3 Saws.
Mm-hmm.
And then he wrote Insidious. So like he has like a good background in like that gore and horror. So like I was expecting it, but I didn't expect it to be like just come out of nowhere.
Oh yeah.
Because like the first like chunk of it, like there's not really much gore, and then all of a sudden it's just like in your face. Like
once you get to that first house, it is like, oh shit, we're getting into this. Like whoa.
It's good.
Yeah. Whips major ass.
I love it.
Please check out. Boom. You gotta check it out. Invisible Man is such a great progression for Winnell.
Yeah, it's
terms
like one of the
like his
best
filmmaking.
like sophomore like efforts for a filmmaker. Like it's up there. It's
Even though he's
so
done a
good.
ton of shits like
Yeah,
before that, but
but
like
he's only directed 3 or no, that was his third feature because he did the third Insidious. That was his first film. But
I feel like
I stand
Upgrade is
corrected.
where he really like. That's
It
where he
was
like
his own thing.
sidestepped, yeah, and did his own thing, and like Invisible Man is just like the next level of that.
Yeah.
And I just cannot wait to see what he does next. He is like someone I will be like. I feel
Watching.
like him and Edgar Wright are on like the same level for me in their own respects. I feel like they're very similar in what they do with this like stylistic approach to certain things. It's like you see it and you know it's them.
Yeah.
So yeah, that's my 5th pick. Paige, right on over to you. Or are you chickening out?
I'm gonna go with an older one.
Let's hear it.
I'm gonna say we need to talk about Kevin.
Oh my god.
Damn. Going deep.
You know, I love Ezra Miller. I think they need to do more like this movie, only because they're honestly very, very scary. So I don't know. You guys have seen it, right?
Yes, it's one of those movies like
Not yet.
it's really good, and I want to watch it more, but I can't because it's like so
'Cause it's fucked up.
it's so fucked up.
It's so fucked up because I hope this guy isn't watching where he's gonna call me out. It's like realistic. Because it's a relationship between a mother and a son where the mother wasn't happy to be pregnant at all.
Yeah, I don't know about that. I don't know about that one, but
and whoever commented that,
Matthew.
they're fine. It's fine. So she's not really into having a kid. And she has her son, and the fucking dad is what's his name?
Oh yeah, I know him.
I'm trying to think of his name. I'm not good at like thinking of things on the spot.
John C. Reilly.
Yeah.
What? He's in that? Damn.
Yeah.
Yeah, and you know when he showed up on the screen, I was like, he's not going to be in this. There's no way because they have a one-night stand. And I'm like, he's just the guy in the beginning. Whatever. No, he's in the movie.
Yeah.
He's in it.
All right.
Well, you got to remember before he was in comedies, he was like he was in, Scorsese features. He was in The Gangs of New York. He was in Paul Thomas Anderson films. He was in Boogie Nights. I'm pretty sure he was in Boogie Nights. He was in something. Maybe it was. Yeah, I'm pretty sure it was Boogie Nights. If I'm wrong, correct me. But he's like a really good fucking actor. And then he just went over to comedies.
That's
but he's
wild.
good. Paige, continue. I'm sorry.
No, you're fine. He has a great relationship with the son. And the mom doesn't, and he does shit in spite of the mother and kind of makes her life a living hell. And the dad doesn't see it because they have a good relationship. So he's a little shit behind the curtain, whatever. And the kid is fucked up, and the ending is fucked up. He does something, and you see it. But it's like the use of red in that film is... I've never seen it done like that, and I think we need to talk about Kevin is so original, and I love the color of red, the use of red. So I thought about it. I'm gonna add it to my list for quarantine. But if you're not into, I guess, fucked up movies, don't watch it. But if you're into twisted shit like that, watch it.
Paige, I have a suggestion for you. If you look. I know you like we need to talk about Kevin because we've talked about it before.
Mm-hmm.
But a film that's like it that kind of came before it you should check out Elephant if you haven't.
Okay.
It's similar to We Need to Talk About Kevin. I'm not gonna spoil anything, but it's called Elephant. Check it out.
Who did it?
Okay.
It's give me 1 second.
Hit us with those Elefante deep tails. So I guess that's our
It's
5.
it was directed by Gus Van Sant.
Oh, cool. All right.
It's a lot of unknown actors in it, but it's really good.
Cool.
It's 2003. It's very indie, very fucked up.
I just added a Van Sant movie to my watch list on Netflix. I forget what it was. Some Matt Damon flick.
Alrighty.
Yeah.
What's our next topic?
Paige, you had some user questions.
Should we save that for the last, or should we move on to the next topic?
In the middle.
Oh, did we have a next topic?
Funny. So someone threw out to have people comment a genre.
Oh, I forgot.
And
about
the
this.
3 of us are gonna write a movie
Right now?
on live. Yes. We're
We're
not.
movie on live.
We're not gonna make it
Pitch a
long.
movie.
Just the idea, the plot.
Okay.
So I don't know how to view the comments because they're
Oh,
random.
I have them.
They're showing up for
You,
me.
you have them. Oh,
They should be in live.
okay, I got them.
I'd add on to that. I'd say do a genre and then maybe like a rough, not a rough thing, but just like
Just a pitch, like an idea.
Yeah.
it's gonna be-
Sci-fi. All right. We got our first one.
I was just talking about some idea the other day. Can't remember. It was like 2 a.m. Oops. Rom-com. Let's do a sci-fi rom-com. How about that?
Sci-fi rom.
Where
Rom-com?
the fuck are those? Do we like? Where is that?
All right. So
Who's doing that?
All right. 2 astronauts. Should we be progressive? Could it be a gay couple?
Oh, you're going astronauts.
Okay, well, let's do casting first. Who are
Yeah.
casting this?
Timothy Chalamet.
Oh, I knew you were going there.
Okay, let's do.
Can we do Call Me by Your Name in Space?
That's what I was going for.
Let's add
Dang!
Timothy and Army Hammer.
Yes.
I say
So Army Hammer is the seasoned astronaut who plays it by the books,
right.
and Timothy is like the up and coming like hotshot like bad boy of space,
Okay.
and they're sent on a mission. I don't know what the mission would be. Anybody have any pitches on what the mission is?
They're going to eat Mars.
They're going to eat Mars.
I think. Okay, hang on. I'm gonna throw something out there. Let's do
Y'all are terrible at improv.
Timothy and Army. They
Wait, what?
they met in school at NASA. So they start working at NASA, and they kind of realize that maybe their relationship isn't going to work out. So Army has an affair with his professor.
With the dad? Is this Michael Stolberg? Is he also in it?
Yes.
Hell yeah.
And then Timothy is kind of like, he's shattered. So he says, the only thing that I can do is ruin his life.
Is fuck this space food. Oh, my bad. No.
Yes.
But Hannah said instead of peach, it's astronaut food.
Yeah. What's the food? Is it? Wait, is it still peaches?
Yeah, it's
It's
dried peaches.
It's peach astronaut food. So we're still staying there. We're basically just remaking this movie in space.
Yeah.
On like a 1960s budget.
So they're both mad at each other now because Timothy fucked the astronaut food. So they have to go on a mission together, the two of them, up in space, and they have complications and when they start going to wherever they're going.
When they would go to eat Mars.
Because Army accidentally eats the peach astronaut.
Accidentally, or did he really just want to eat that astronaut food? Whether
Because
it was
if I were
funny or
a
not.
spaceman, I'd be like, why is this open? Why is the seal broken? Why is there cum in this peach food?
Jesus fucking Christ.
I mean, your guys' turn. I threw it at you. So whatever you want to go
Ah,
next.
I like it. I think we should
it's a
start
$100
writing
million
tomorrow.
idea.
Well, A24 will probably produce it because they do low budget shit. So
Yeah, so we get.
Well, no, we got to hit up Sony Classics to do this one if we're using the rights to.
But we're not. It's not called Call Me by Your Name. It's Call Me by Your Star Sign.
So is this a Zodiac movie? Can we
No.
rewrite Zodiac
astrology.
that uses the Zodiac signs, and it's not about the Zodiac killer? It's about
Where's
stars.
the sci-fi part of this? Because I don't think we get
It's in space. That's the sci-fi part.
like
Sci-fi rom-com.
Connor, are you doing that?
Yeah.
yeah.
Okay, I was just wondering. I'm like, is it just glitching out?
Yeah, it's just glitching out.
Sick.
Sorry.
All right, cool.
All right, can we get another genre?
Oh,
folks?
please.
Oh, we're doing another.
Oh, hell yeah.
Why
This is
not?
fun.
Let's do one more.
Yeah, I don't know how well that's gonna sell. So let's
Two
not-
genres. Let's hit it up. What do we got? What do we got in the tank?
I can't. Are people actually watching us?
Yeah.
I can't see the.
How about,
watch number.
Here, I'll
Connor, what
throw
are we
one
looking
out.
at?
We're gonna do horror. Oh, actually, we got a
A comedy horror? Should we do that?
horror comedy.
Right. I like funny things. Us too. Okay.
Can we do? All right. So funny people, but it's a horror movie, and Adam Sandler's killing his comedian friends, and I haven't seen the movie.
Oh, did you see Matt's comment?
Unlikely best friend film starring
Anne Hathaway,
what?
Brie Larson.
Starring Anne Hathaway and Brie Larson. One is a stay-at-home mom. One is a successful businesswoman horror comedy.
So what was that movie that just came out with
Yeah.
Salma Hayek and Tiffany Haddish, like that?
No, it's kind
Like
of
a
Like a
the
boss?
one with the girl that's married to Ryan Reynolds.
Can they fall in love?
so it's kind of like a One Simple Favor.
Yes.
All right. So Anne Hathaway is the stay-at-home mom, right? And Brie Larson is the businesswoman.
I'm seeing Adam Sandler shade in the chat. I'm calling it out.
Mariah actually has this weird thing where she doesn't like him or Drew Barrymore. Those are her two leads.
Is this a 51st Dates ideal
She probably hates that movie more.
or Wedding Singer?
All right. So we're gonna go back to this horror. We're gonna go back to this horror comedy. The stay-at-home mom is actually married to Adam Sandler.
Which is the stay-at-home
Who
mom?
is
Brie
playing
Larson
him?
or Anne Hathaway? This is
Anne
very
Hathaway.
important. Okay.
And it's not Adam Sandler playing somebody. It's actually Adam Sandler.
It's himself. She's
Yeah.
married to Adam Sandler.
Yes. And then the businesswoman, she runs this this organization that creates a kind of like a virus, that turns people into zombies.
What? Wait, Brie Larson?
Yes. Yes. And she didn't start it to turn people into zombies, but it was mutated in a way that, like, when they started human testing, that it turned them into pretty much undead beings that are hungry for human flesh.
Okay. So is she like
Um,
the doctor? Is she the scientist that was like, this is my serum?
The scientist slash head, like, CEO type thing.
Okay.
I'm not a business major, so I can't really.
real-
I don't know the structure of a business. I'm sorry.
A real Norman Osborn type.
Yes, absolutely.
Cool.
And then I don't know, where do we go from there? That's a good jumping off.
Well, the first thing that they make is going to be a replica of Danny DeVito.
And okay, so now we're
So
talking.
they're doing clones.
It goes very wrong. He turns into
Or
the
how about
zombie.
it's supposed to be like this gene enhancing thing that pretty much extends life. Danny DeVito signs up. He's like, I'm gonna see Bernie Sanders become president. I'm never going to die. Let's do this testing now. I want to live forever. And who wouldn't want Danny DeVito to live forever? What?
Nick's comment.
Nick stating Adam Sandler's Norman Osborn. I would fucking love to see that.
Yep, that's actually what we need.
Adam Sandler in the MCU when?
But yeah, Danny DeVito wants to live forever. Who wouldn't want that? So he signs up for testing, and he's patient zero.
It goes terribly wrong.
And then he wants to do a movie with Adam Sandler, whose wife is to stay at home.
What's it called?
What?
The movie that DeVito wants to do with the Sandman.
Twins.
All right.
Twins Part 2.
I'm paying attention.
Twins Part 2.
You got me. Twins Part 2.
And that's how Adam Sandler gets infected. And, Anne Hathaway, Brie Larson, their characters are starting this relationship because, they go for a meeting.
So they're
together, like a double date kind of meeting with Brie Larson.
Okay, so hang on.
Go ahead.
They're going on a double date.
Brie Larson is fucking Danny DeVito. Brie Larson is fucking Danny DeVito.
There it is. I was waiting for you to say that.
All right, cool.
I didn't think I needed to say it, but apparently I needed it to be spelled out for Julian. But
I'd prefer it.
If you're not already on board, then I guess we should just stop.
Yeah,
I think I'm more on board
with this.
So that's our film. So we have 2 films in the bag that we're going to start writing.
That's our pitch.
But we should we talk about the film we're working on now?
Yeah, let's give it a shot.
Yeah, everybody, unfortunately, after hearing that, we wrote a film.
Yeah, we actually wrote a film.
Well, we're working on it. No promises that Danny DeVito won't be in it. Fucking
yeah, we're looking at him for a certain part.
Actually, I take that back. I don't want to.
I do know what part we're gonna have. Well, I thought we were getting Fred Armisen.
4.
I mean, it's going to be a tough battle between both of them, but whoever wows us.
Well, I thought about doing this. The Clumps, the Nutty Professor style, in which we get Fred Armisen to play every character, and I can already tell Paige is loving that idea.
What the? Are you okay?
Okay. Let's talk about the film. It's called Broken Heart Society. We've been writing it for the past few months now. Paige, do you want to kind of go into it?
Where should we start? What it's about? Do people want
just a rough?
I mean, I can talk
Connor,
about
you're
it.
The mastermind, so
all right.
It's your pitcherino.
So it is about a guy who kind of avoids relationships because he's been diagnosed with this rare disease where he can literally die from a broken heart. And the whole movie is about his relationship with this girl that kind of like changes his perspective, and he kind of is willing to risk it. And he kind of just gains more perspective and kind of learns about himself and learns how to cope with this disease, and pretty much knowing that it could be the death of him in the end. But yeah, that's really what it's about. It's just kind of like a weird love story.
And there you have it. Paige, anything to add? You've been on board this longer than I have. I guess let me give my background real quick. I met Paige through a friend, and now I'm working on the film, and that's about it.
Yeah, Paige said, I have this friend. He's weird like us, and he would be interested in working on this together with us. And I said, absolutely.
Nuts. But let's add them.
I was on board right away, and then, we finished the script after Julian came on board really quickly, actually. Like, things really started moving, because I had the idea, but I was getting stuck a lot.
Direction.
Yeah.
I mean, we've been working on this for years, probably.
Yeah, like the idea. Yeah.
Yeah, it's been a few years. I don't think I think what we were looking for was definitely direction, only because the idea was simple. I mean, he had this idea for the Broken Heart Society. And I think it took us a while to figure out, especially who we wanted to diagnose with the disease and put a story behind it. I know somebody asked, and I want to get into this too. Somebody asked a question. I'm going to throw this in there. They want us to describe it in one word. And I think my wording for this would probably be something along the lines of like pensive. Because it's a thing. I think the whole thing is thinking wise, because he's got to make these moves. She's got to make these next moves. It's a very detailed film about how to be careful with how you love and who you love. It's not a typical love story either. I think the reality of love is never shown in movies or books and writing. And we kind of took the sucky reality of it and put it in here. Very melancholic and stuff like that. We do love sadness here.
I think you described it perfectly.
I would describe it as pretty melancholy. It's very. There are comedic moments, but overall, it's really sad. I'm sure we'll get to kind of questions later on, because we are doing a podcast after this, a stream after this over at our friends at Who Are They? That's at 7:30. So we don't want to get too much into it, because there's going to be more questions there. But I kind of wrote it from personal. Not really personal experience, but kind of like what I was feeling at a certain time, and kind of ran through it, and kind of expanded it to this fantastical idea. But I was pretty sad at the time, so it's just pretty melancholy. There's some very downbeat stuff in it. It's it's kind of sad. So if you like sad movies, but there's comedic moments, because we don't want to kind of depress you to death, but
for sure.
Yeah.
If I had a word to describe it, I'd say leaning towards like the YA scene almost, like that kind of crowd, but not entirely, because it does get, I think, way more, like you guys are saying, more depressive. It's much more thoughtful than a lot of stuff that comes out around that. But I think that's where it could find a strong audience.
Mm-hmm.
Not in any sort of negative way. I know YA tends to have like a negative connotation to it, but I think this has a lot of potential, and I'm very excited to be a part of it and be on board.
Yeah, definitely. Rick asks, how long are we hoping the movie will be? Right now, our script's around 50 pages, somewhere around there, right? 45, 50 pages?
I think I was at 41, but...
Okay, maybe you're...
we're 40.
I don't know where that evens out to.
Usually it's about a minute a page, somewhere around there. So it'll probably be around 40, 45. We're currently revising some stuff, so there's potential for adding or taking out, so it'll be right around 45 to an hour.
Yeah.
So almost feature length. Definitely longer than what I've already done, which I think was about 20 minutes. So
Okay.
it'll be the longest thing I've done.
Cool. It'll be the first thing I've done. Paige?
I think we're gonna dive into questions. Only
All right, let's do
one
it.
hour. We were planning 30. But I'll keep it on. There's a couple on Broken Hearts. We'll try to not do too much because we're gonna do one at 7:30. So I'm gonna cut some and then I'm gonna replace some. Sorry to the people that asked, but
We'll still be out there.
someone asked a pretty good one. This is from Emma. She asked, "What was the first movie you saw that inspired you to write or direct a film?" I guess I'll start. Mine's gonna be more cinematography. If you guys don't know, I'm doing cinematography. You know what? When I first saw, this is funny, the part 1 of Deathly Hallows, the cinematography and where they shot that was actually, I thought, was just insane all around. But what was that? Most questions over.
To Wat.
Yeah, so we'll do them on the next. Those who don't get answered on this stream, we'll go ahead and send them over to our next stream at 7:30.
That's fine. We'll do that.
But go ahead. You were saying Deathly Hallows?
Yeah, I would say part 1 where the 3 of them are kind of traveling and they have those super wide shots of the landscapes. I never really got into landscape shots until that movie, actually, only because I'm super into like really I guess anything opposite of wide angle shots.
Okay.
But when I saw that, I think I got super inspired to kind of start doing stuff, and then we would get into like Spike Jonze and with Where the Wild Things Are, and then
Absolutely.
I would say the most recent one that kind of pushed me to do more would probably be Drive. That's an easy one for me.
Yeah.
Only because the use of red. I'll go and throw that out. But yeah, that would probably be my answer.
Those are all really good. The first one, the movie that made me realize I wanted to write and direct and kind of, get my hands into everything like editing, would be Clerks.
There you go.
Kevin Smith kind of did it for, just very cheap. Made it with his friends, made it in black and white, and it launched his career. It's funny. There's nothing really like it just follows these characters around their day, and it's one of the best films, like the best 90s films. Like it's pretty much like quintessential like 90s film, and it's got this like, it's such witty humor, and it made me realize I can make a movie for pretty much nothing. I can use what I have, make this movie, and someone like I can make it for me because I want to see a movie like this, and someone else will probably have the same taste and want to see this movie too. And it just kind of gave me hope, and that's kind of what drove me to want to write and direct.
Hell yeah. I think the first one for me, because I'm still like figuring out, like I know I want to do work in film and do stuff like this. Getting into writing with you guys on this is like my first foray into anything. I've always found myself decent at writing, but and I thought I'd be fine with writing, but like bouncing ideas off of other people. But I've always been into like movies and stuff, but the first one that I always go back to that kind of like changed my perspective on things was Looper. I remember the first time I saw that. I think I saw that a couple times in theaters, and that was like back in high school. But that was the first thing I saw that, like, I thought it was one thing, and then like by the end of that, it just kind of kicked my ass and like left me floored. Just like, I can't believe what I just saw. And I haven't seen it in a few years actually, but I mean, the sci-fi aspects of that and the world building of that, I remember being just like fantastic, kind of on the same level as Upgrade, just like very subtle, but like expansive at the same time. And I mean, Ryan Johnson, can't really just go wrong with that.
Yeah.
Just in general. So, but yeah, I attribute that with what opened the door for me for getting into more detailed work and stuff.
Those are good answers.
Hell yeah. What else we got?
We'll do one more and close it off here.
Should we throw some to people in this chat? Maybe take like one or two from anyone that wants to shoot us a question.
Anybody got a question?
Hit us up. What bullshit do you want to see us here?
Well, we can do another one from the list, and then we'll wait for a question in the comments.
Cool. Unless we get one super quick.
Well, I don't know if we should save these because the last one we were going to do. What kind of film would you like to write in the future and why? And do the three of us have anything in the works after filming Broken Hearts?
Yeah, we have a sci-fi rom-com starring two very special boys that you might know.
We'll save that. The question, Paige, we'll save that question for
We'll go with Eric.
Who are they? We'll go with Eric. Do you have an expected release date?
Do you?
We were supposed to be filming now. We would be filming like either now or next month.
Yeah, what are you guys thinking? Because
that kind of changed everything because we were really looking to have everything going right now and then have it out by the fall, but I don't see that happening now. So
here's the thing with coronavirus. I think we had kind of a brief discussion between the three of us. We're going to for sure film it in the next few months.
Summer shoot, probably, likely.
Like was kind of going off earlier about Kevin Smith and filming with friends and stuff like that. We're trying to make it pretty, like we're shooting with iPhones, and we definitely want to have a really cool, close feeling to the cast. And when we start casting and stuff, we're not. I guess I'm going off of this with another thing. It's the more important question, I guess, is when are we expecting to film it? The release date is going to probably be based on what's going on in the world. Because none of us know when anything's going to be safe enough for us to be in gatherings.
Yeah.
Because we're going to, I mean, it is going to just be the three of us as a crew, but once we start getting people to act and stuff, and location scouting, it's going to be important for everything to be opened up and safe. But yeah, I guess if you wanted an answer, we'll start filming very soon.
And they're saying, like, I mean, tentatively May 1st, stuff's going to start getting reopened and all that, which I'm sure everyone knows, but
I mean, theaters are supposed to open back up in July, so hopefully we'll start filming in July. It shouldn't be too long of a shoot.
Mm-hmm.
Just, if we kind of plan around schedules effectively, I mean, we could get it done by the end of the summer, beginning of the fall, and then it's just editing by then, and then we'll look for festivals around then. So hopefully we have it out before the end of the year or beginning of next year, but we'll see. We're staying hopeful.
hmm
But at the same time, like, not trying to rush anything. Like, we want it to be as natural and at
Absolutely.
pace as possible. So, we have any anonymous donors who want to give us money? Or very known donors who would like their name plastered all over it. We'll name the movie after you. We're changing the title. It'll be your name and the amount of money you've given us.
We should name it Twins and then go off of that idea earlier.
We should name it Twins Part 2 and
Twins Part 2.
Change nothing else, just the title.
Or Triplets.
Or we should just remake the Disney Channel original movie Quince.
Well, we should, instead of sister, we should just do brother.
Adam Sandler and Danny DeVito. There we go. All right. I think we can end on that note.
Sounds about good. So
if you want to learn more about Broken Heart Society, like I said, we're going to have more questions over at Who Are They at 7:30.
We'll probably, you guys tweet that out and
we'll
link that places.
Support the local podcasts.
If you'd like to see more of us, visit our Tumblr page. Visit our MySpace.
We have Club Penguin.
Yeah, come follow and hop on our island.
Usually Julian is playing the Club Penguin, though, so you won't get me or Connor.
Hey, let's link up in Animal Crossing and let's just share some ideas and share how much money you'll give us in Animal Crossing. And we'll just kind of hash it out. And, we'll all grow closer. We'll all be good buds going on some wacky, wild adventures in the shooting sphere. And
can you do the
Can I what?
Can you do the pilot to send us out?
That. I'm not him. I'm not him today.
Right, Connor? To you.
I don't know what you're talking about.
I'm
All right, and that is it for the first episode of the MilkToast Pod.
God, I forgot this was a real thing.
We don't know how often we're gonna do this. We might get on every now and then, give some updates, give up some new topics.
Probably do updates and based around maybe when we start filming and shooting.
Our favorite Danny DeVito films.
Danny Phantom DeVito.
We're going to have themed ones. The next one is Timothy Chalamet, and I will be revealing my chipped tooth. So the next time that we stream, you're going to want to see it.
See, I was smart and I put my Twitter handle there.
Yeah.
So you can follow me on Twitter. Paige and Bong Solo. I mean, you can just kind of hunt them down.
You can follow me in public and stalk me from outside my house, and I'll be there. I'm not going. Well, you'll know where to find me.
Yeah, you'll know where to find him. Thank you everyone for watching. If you made it this far, holy shit! I'm so sorry for your brain.
I'm sorry for the past hour 13.
Yeah, we said 30 minutes. And
Thunder.
That's our next film that we're gonna be working on.
So, I think we'll just leave it at that.
We will leave it at that.
Yeah. Thank you for tuning in.
Your ideas for the clumps versus the fatty farts
from Tropic Thunder,
and we'll leave you there.
7:30. Who Are They? Real podcast on YouTube.
We'll not see Julian because he has to bury his dad.
He's actually he murders people.
Us?
I might be there. I don't know. I'll let you know.
We'll play it by ear. We'll pod.
Sounds good. Thanks for tuning in.
Everybody have a safe night.
And we'll see you in an hour and 15 minutes. Good night.
Good night.